I'm Van.
I'm Sori.
That's Lovey.
Salty and Chip.
About to do something we've never done before.
Yeah? What about?
Tori Amos. Tori
Okay.
Amos. I think Tori Amos was the one that did, What If God Was...
Oh, really?
I'm not sure. But I'm pretty...
That person's name was Amy.
I don't know. Let's Google it right now. I'm just gonna Google it right
I honest to goodness love that song.
I know.
What do you mean you know? How could you know
Because
that?
I play it on guitar and you're like, ugh.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I probably didn't even realize that's what you were playing.
Yeah, you did.
Oh, really?
No, that's Joan Osborne. That has nothing to do with
No,
Tori
not
Amos.
even Amy.
Not
Nothing.
even
We're
close.
both
No, nothing.
losers.
It's completely... Well, I'm closer to figuring that...
Babe.
You know. No, I mean, it's closer. I mean...
No.
It's not like she's like,
No.
you know...
No.
I think that's pretty close.
I know how you people are. You were wrong.
You people.
You should just admit it to them.
All
I
right.
can say it.
So...
I was mistaken.
I made a couple mistakes in my life.
So,
Okay.
what would you have done if I would like? Psh?
It wouldn't surprise me.
I can't.
It wouldn't surprise
One of
me.
these times I'm gonna do it since I'm so blamed for it all the time.
Blamed for what? What are you blamed for?
You always act like I slap you across your face. I've never slapped anyone across their face. I've only dreamt I did it. Wouldn't you like to know who it was I slapped?
You slapped somebody? I do?
No, I said I had a dream that I did.
Oh.
I slapped a couple people in my...
Yeah, it's true. All right, so this is Tori Amos, God. Shout out to the big homie Corey.
Yeah.
And let's do it.
Okay, but we can't do it until this is unlocked. Ready? Go.
Yep.
Entertainment Weekly called my next guest a phenomenal talent. Her brand new album, Under the Pain, has already entered the Billboard charts at number 12.
I can't hear anything, babe. I can't hear a thing. Is mine plugged in? Of course not.
God, sometimes you just don't come through. God, sometimes you just don't come down. Do you need a woman to look after you? God, sometimes you just don't come down. Hey. You make a pretty daisy, love. I gotta find what you're doing about things. A few witches burning gets a little toasty here. I gotta find why you always go when the wind blows. God, sometimes you just don't come through. God, sometimes you
with Tori right after this. Be right back.
Whoa. I didn't like that at all.
Really?
No.
Why?
It was very annoying to me.
Whoa.
Yeah, it was one of
This
those.
is some strong
Yeah,
emotions.
that was very annoying.
What
to
was
me.
annoying about it?
This. Wow.
Well, that was just that vocal style back in the day, the early 90s, man.
I didn't like that one at all.
Okay.
It felt like it was going on in annoyingness.
I mean, Tori Amos really isn't my thing, but the big homie Corey wanted us to talk about it.
Which
so.
was
What?
who was Corey?
The guy that kept doing it. $20 and I was
Oh
like, if you stop giving us money,
God, I feel bad to give it a bad review, but I gotta be honest, I don't like it at all.
it's just not my genre.
I don't know
It's
if
not my
it was
genre.
a studio version, if that would make it any different for me, but
Really?
yeah,
I mean,
but it was no. What were you thinking? Thinking about? We're thinking about God not coming through for people. Maybe he needs a woman to help him.
yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
What? It's a
I've never had that thought before.
yeah.
So,
It's an original thought.
so that's why it kind of struck me funny, is because
It's an
I was
original
like, wow,
thought.
that's
Maybe
never...
maybe everything's fucked up because there's no woman up there. We were watching the this debate because that's what I do. I watch theological debates, and it was a Mormon. And Mormons are very interesting. If you know any Mormons, like serious Mormons that know their shit, please have them email us, vinandsori@gmail.com. But anyway, one of them was saying because they believe that God like literally like fathered them.
Yes.
Like, so I say God is my father, I mean spiritually, or he
Right.
created them, but they believe that God is actually a physical
Yeah.
human being who has a wife
And they-
that he copulates with,
Right.
and he has billions of children.
Yeah.
Well, he has wives, duh,
Right.
according to the eternal laws of progression. So anyway, so somebody in the question and answer period asked that question. They were like, what about Heavenly Mother, blah, blah, blah. And then one of the guys made reference to the ancient Jews actually did believe that there was a feminine energy to God, like a feminine counterpart to God.
Okay.
And it was Ashtoreth,
Oh yeah.
who was a pagan deity.
Yeah.
Who
No.
God threatened to destroy the Israelites for worshiping.
Mm-hmm.
And he actually did destroy them.
Yeah. So why? So yeah. When that was being talked about, honestly, I was confused because I was like, why are they saying
Well,
that?
in the Old Testament, you see God really being angry about syncretism, which is you're combining the Israelite religion with the surrounding religions.
Yeah.
And there was a feminine divine being who was married to El or whoever, and so the Israelites were marrying Yahweh to Ashtaroth. So like even in the temple, you had excavations and you had Ashtaroth, and so you get all these people going, see somebody atheist, big time atheist guy, I'm not gonna mention his name, said, well then did you know about the Ashtaroth in the Israelite excavation? And I was like, yes. I just started quoting Jeremiah and Isaiah.
Yeah.
And then the term Asherim, you'll see Asherim, and the I-M functions like an S.
Oh, okay.
So when it
there was
says so-and-so
multiple?
had Asherim, yeah, they had all these little idols and statues of Asherah throughout the landscape. So, of course, it was littered with it because the Israelites were taking the Canaanite goddesses and pantheon and all that.
Yeah.
So anyway, it was just an interesting line. But then this Mormon dude was like, yeah, Ashtaroth or Ashereth was, this is proof that the Mormonism is true. It's like, no, unless you're trying to say Mormonism is of the devil. Anyway.
Yeah. I don't understand how that is proving their point.
It just proves that there was a feminine energy that was a divine being that was married to God. The problem, but the
No,
problem.
how do you know that it was married to God? Like, where are they getting that? Just because it was in the temple too?
Because they would put them side by side. You'd have Adam and Eve, and you'd have Vin and Sori, and then you'd have Yahweh and Ashtaroth. So, or Asherah. So, I mean,
How do you know it was Yahweh?
because it said this is Yahweh.
Oh, okay.
Of course, Yahweh also said, "When I went and delivered you from Egypt, you saw no form and all that. So don't make any images of me." But
Right.
you know, hey,
Right.
Who cares?
So the very fact that there was images made of him meant that it was people that didn't know a damn
Yeah,
thing
they were
about
obviously
him. Which
deviating.
means that they came up with that concocted idea that he had a woman by themselves.
right. It is a curious. So God is sort of self-sustaining, right? I mean,
Yeah.
that's the idea of the burning bush.
Yeah.
Is that the fire didn't need the bush to sustain itself.
Yeah.
So he wouldn't need anybody to look after him. But it is interesting that from a
Well, the Trinity, like when you think of the Trinity, it's not like, you know, God is alone by himself, a singular deity, a singular person within it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right, I found that most people. I was in a conversation. I
They
think
misunderstand the
I think it was
Trinity.
actually with this guy because this guy's name is Corey, and he said he posted some meme about Jesus praying to himself, and it was ha ha ha, and I was like
Like people think we're idiots because we think that's not what we believe. We don't
It's
believe
like
Jesus would
it's
talk
like
to himself.
well, it's like it's been 2,000 years, so it's like. Do you think, honestly, that there's been 2,000 years of Christian history? We've never asked that question.
Yeah, that's
No, I'm just saying, like.
no, it's true. It's true. There's been a lot of councils. There's been a lot of discussions.
Yeah, there's been a lot of ecumenical councils and things of that nature to handle that particular question.
Yeah.
Was answered in the Council of Nicaea. So, no, we don't believe that Jesus is praying to himself. But anyway, So it's an interesting idea of like God needing somebody to look after him. We don't believe that.
I did at one point. Not that they needed not that God needed someone to look after him, but that he was lonely.
Oh,
And so
that's
then he
right. I
created the
remember.
church.
I remember. That's right. It was this.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's God all in heaven, being all powerful and shit and
Yeah,
lonely.
but then
and then here comes Sori to rescue him from his
Not
loneliness.
just
Allahu
me.
Akbar.
All the believers.
Totally Balash, Tana Rajim,
All the-
Bismillah,
all-
Rahman
you
Rahim.
created all of
That is
creation.
terrible.
Well, that's what I thought.
I remember you had. She was so excited. She
Oh
had
my
me read
word!
this book.
It was such a cool book.
She said,
I loved
"What did
that
you think
book.
of the book?" I
What
said,
the heck was the name of it? Yeah, you.
"Divine Romance." or
That's
something like
right, the
that.
Divine
Don't read
Romance.
it. Don't read it.
It wasn't
Terrible
all
book.
bad.
The whole thing was bad.
No,
Terrible.
babe, that is not true. The beginning idea of that God was lonely and needed something, that's heretical.
I was like, you know.
He was all disappointed because the last name of the guy that writes it is Edwards. And so I was reading these books by Gene Edwards. He thought I was talking about Edwards as in like the guy Jonathan Edwards, who started a revival. So he was talking about Edwards, I was talking about Edwards, but we were talking about two totally different Edwards. And I remember you got so excited that I knew who Edwards was. And then I was like,
The book was an absolute car crash. It was terrible. It was such a terrible book. It got worse with every chapter.
I loved it. I mean,
SubhanAllah.
Yeah.
This is so bad. God's lonely up there and he needs Sori and Tori Amos to help him. Sori and Tori.
anyway.
But it is interesting though, the idea of maybe he needs a girl up there to help him. Because
But like I said, I never thought of that. Like,
if you don't look at the world as in God has a plan,
yeah,
and the plan includes pain and suffering,
yeah,
then it looks like he doesn't know what he's doing.
No, you're right. Yeah.
You know, because there's a lot of times I don't know what the hell I'm doing, and then I have you, and I'm like, oh, okay, we're good.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I got Sori, I'm all right. Like something's like not happening. Like we'll figure it out because you know I don't have to deal with it by myself.
Mm-hmm.
But God is a completely self-sustaining being. Obviously, he doesn't need that, but he does have a wife. But it's it's the church. The church, God's people he marries his people.
Yeah.
So God does have a wife who he doesn't need to look after things for him, but he chooses to have her look after things for him.
I feel like you're kind of like that.
What?
Like you could do all the stuff, but we work together on it.
No, I couldn't do all the stuff. I couldn't edit at the level that you do.
Not at the level that
I could do
that's
all
true.
of it, but not at the level
That's
that
true.
you do it.
That's true.
You.
I like that precision. It makes me happy.
Yeah. And yeah, you're like completely and totally dependable. But it's an interesting idea because God has, the church, and that's our job. And people go, why is there still world hunger and all that shit? Is because he's outsourced it to us, and we really suck at the job. So now we need the government to come in and take money from us. It's amazing.
It's really,
to me.
honest to goodness, we should stop being so angry about it and feel ashamed.
I know. It's shameful.
Yep.
Like, the amount of capital that, like, evangelicals control in the United States. We're like the 35th richest country in the world. Like, we evangelicals could single-handedly, as the bride of God, take care of world hunger.
I know.
Because, like, there you go.
It's true.
So it's like...
Yikes.
It's an interesting idea. But yeah, it's not my type of music. It's not my type of... It's just not my bag, man. It's like it's not my thing, really. But I think it was a very original idea.
You know what? You're not gonna believe this, but I'm gonna say it just because I'm gonna be real with you guys. One thing that really annoys me is when a girl has her legs open unnecessarily, and that was annoying to me. Because most people play the piano with their legs under the piano.
Yeah,
but she was twisted to the side with her legs friggin' wide open.
Well, like...
I just felt like it was like, what? Are
you
music or are you trying to put pussy? What are you doing?
Well, in the early 90s, it was like Lilith Fair and,
What's that?
and Lilith, the legend of Lilith or whatever, but it was like this, like a female Woodstock, and there was like a lot of women empowerment, and we can spread our legs because men spread their legs, and da-da-da-da, and it's just weird. It was a weird time.
Oh, okay.
It's a weird time.
Yeah, okay.
It's strange.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I thought that was a little odd. You're on the Jay Leno show. Like, why are you doing that? This is weird.
Yeah.
But,
I mean, there's times like you can't help it. You're riding a motorcycle. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But you're playing piano.
Yeah, that was a strange moment. I'm not gonna lie. And I figured you'd pick up on that
and comment.
Yeah, and blitz the young lady accordingly. But
oh my gosh.
Yeah, I didn't think that. Yeah, I thought that was just very, very strange. Very strange. What do you give the song?
Oh gosh.
The performance was weak sauce. I'm sure Corey's going to be like, yo, why did you do the...
Okay, you want to know something weird? I'll tell you something weird about this. It's very annoying to me, but there's something about it that I like a lot. Not just mediocre like, something that I really like a lot. And I couldn't figure out what it was throughout the song. I don't know if it was a certain tone that her voice hit on certain parts, but it was enough where... it's a very hard song for me to rate because, like I said, it was annoying... But yet,
it's interesting because in the interlude on the recorded version, it has that Psalm 31 where Lemuel's mother, who is Solomon, is speaking to him, and she says, "Give not thy strength unto women, nor thy ways to that which destroyeth kings." Mm-hmm. And so I'm assuming that that's supposed to be look at the Bible saying shit against women again. Oh, look at this misogynistic.
Oh, that's not how I took it. I took it as, because she's saying, God, like, do you need a woman to look after you? And then she's saying, oh, you can't have a woman to look after you because you're not supposed to give your strength unto women or your ways to that which destroyeth kings. And you're the greatest of all kings, so, like...
Yeah, I mean,
if you didn't have that misogynistic sort of outlook, you might be able to get some help.
The context of the passage, that's Proverbs 31. And the context of the passage is a woman giving advice to her young, powerful son, saying... Don't give your strength. Don't go chasing around a bunch of women because they'll destroy you. Mm-hmm. And then she goes, stay with one woman. And then she goes on to describe this woman who is industrious, can work on her own, doesn't need a man. And she's saying that woman is one you should get one and pursue her for your whole life.
Yeah.
Don't go after the groupies, basically, is the context of that passage. And it's a woman telling a man that. Mm-hmm. So, you take things out of context, you go, oh, the Bible's a misogynistic book. But it's advice that anybody would say, that's good advice. Mm-hmm. If you're young and you're powerful, and you're a male, you're going to have a bunch of women, clamoring onto you, and they're gonna take your strength from you and destroy you. Because that shit happens. You can't say it's wrong. Mm-hmm. So, anyway. But yeah, will you ever even tell her if you decide to make the sky fall? Will you even tell her if you decide to make the sky? You know what I thought of? Remember that movie Mother?
Yeah.
and how God, like, the God character,
gosh,
like,
that's right.
kept trying to make up this woman,
Yes.
and, like, you know.
Honest to goodness, I could watch that one again.
Yeah, I could watch Mother again.
Yeah. Yeah, you know what I thought of? I thought of Samson.
Yeah, a woman definitely destroyed him for sure.
Because, you know, she kept trying to, she wanted that information, you know?
Yeah.
And she kept asking and she kept asking. And then it's saying, will you ever tell her?
You're
Because
like
it has a sort of resentful sound to it. Oh, absolutely.
Yeah,
I
you're
feel like
like
her
that.
all the time.
Yeah.
But I'm not trying to destroy you. I just want to know all about you.
Yeah.
But she-
What about that? What about
Yeah.
that?
And sometimes, like, in the moment I ask a question and, like, later on I'm like, that was a really fucked up question. I should have never asked that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's very. You asked a lot of fucked up questions.
I know, and I don't mean to be mean. I just want to know what, well, tell me everything.
You accidentally mean to be inconsiderate, bring up traumatic shit from the past. Okay?
Well, I don't know that the past has trauma.
I'm pretty sure that if I told the audience the types of questions that you asked me, they'd be like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
No, they pretty much side with me.
Yeah, they'd side with you anyway. You could murder 5 elves at Christmas. They'd be like, well, you know, they were mean.
Yeah, they were annoying.
I could see why Sori did it.
You know, the kids weren't safe.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it reminded me of that. But to me, it had like a resentful sort of sound to it. Like,
Yeah. I mean,
Like, William,
this, again, like mid-90s.
major shit's happening. Are you gonna even tell her that?
Yeah, all the women, they were all really bitter in the mid-90s.
Bitter toward men.
Yeah, it was just a lot
But
of...
it was weird because if she was
lot of
bitter toward
bitterness.
men, why are you gonna open your legs like that? Like you need that.
Because I don't care. It wasn't that they needed male attention. She already had all the attention. It was just like, I'm gonna do this. I don't know. I thought it was weird. I hope you wouldn't bring it up, but you brought it up because you know you don't.
I'm so glad that I
you don't
did.
miss shit like that.
No,
It's fucking terrible. All right,
No.
would you please rate the song?
it's somewhere between a 2 and a 7. It's like a 2.
It's a 4 and a half.
It's a 2 on the parts that I hated and a 7 on the things that I liked, and I don't know what it is that I liked.
I'll bump it up to a 7 because I thought the idea was very original.
Yep.
It's a very original idea and a very original way to put it. Blasphemous as hell. I hope you repent for your blasphemy, but you know.
Yeah.
But I mean,
But you know, it kind of goes in the same box as that other song we were talking about.
Which one?
If God Was One of Us, like that sort of like different sort of like question. You know what I mean? Like
that one I liked a lot more.
Oh, me too, hands
I liked
down
a lot
for
more.
sure.
This one was
Yeah.
You're trying to be provocative.
Yeah.
Give me a bag of shells. I've listened to Behemoth.
Right. Yeah. This.
Can we please get out of this song?
Okay,
I've been
babe,
trying to
that's
tell
it.
you.
That's
All
it. I already
What
said
did you rate it?
I said it's a 2 on the parts that I hated and a 7 on the parts
Give
that I
it
liked.
one number.
6.
All right, I'll give it a 6. Vin out.
Sorry out.
Gone. God.
You make a pretty daisy, love. I got a fine